All right, so we're going to talk about salt wood chips and chippers and the different kinds. And we're going to demonstrate three of them. I have four different versions here. This one here can be found in the Mod Hub. I believe this is the actual from 19. May even been from 17. I think this is from 19 though. We're not going to demonstrate it, but this is one that's in the Mod Hub available if you need it or want this option. Um, if you're using this version, you're probably going to have the engine automatic start off. You're going to want it to run all the time. Otherwise, this is going to shut off every time you get out of it. These machines over here aren't as big a deal. This is a modified version of it. This one holds, I believe, 60,000. It's got a different. I increased the trigger on it. This isn't released yet. It'll be out sometime on AmericanEaglesModding.com, but I don't know when. I haven't. It's still kind of in testing, but the trigger's wider, so it's a lot easier to get stuff into it. And then, like I said, the power to run it is still the same, but when that thing's full, you've got 60,000, 60 or 70,000 wood chips in it. So actually, you're gonna need a tractor like that probably to even move it. But so we'll go ahead and demonstrate it. This is the base game one over here. We'll go ahead and demonstrate it. I'm going to be using the claw for everything on all of them, so I'm not going to get out and pitch them in. Generally, I think most of this you can pick up, so you could just pitch it in there. But for this demonstration, we'll just use the claw. We'll go ahead and unfold them. This is base game one. So this is what you've got. No mods. And I don't know. It just depends on how you feel about wood chipping. I feel this machine's not too bad, really. It does a pretty good job. It's self-contained, so you don't need a trailer. Pretty much for littler jobs, it does a pretty good job. So you don't have to worry about um, having to have a trailer. I think it holds 16,000. So and it's pretty good. Honestly, I don't mind it. Um, that's why I went ahead and made a mod out of the other one. I wanted it to hold more and um, have a little bit better trigger on it. Uh, it's not very big, so the trigger isn't very big, but uh, the other one with I've got over there, it does better with the really big trees. But as you can see, there's nothing to it. If you don't like the claws, you don't like using these cranes, you can put on automatic forwarder. These or I'm sorry, not automatic forwarder. You can put on turn the automatic engine start off so that it's running all the time, and then you can just move this thing out of the way like that. And then these are 1.5. Is what I cut these at. I used a modded cutter, but one I think you can pick up 2 meters. So if you don't like using the claws, you can pick them up. I think at 2. Now I don't know if you can pick up 3 meter or not. I think I might be pushing it, but you can do 1.5, and I think 2. Not 100% sure on that. But that's if you don't like the claws. If you like the claws, then it doesn't matter, because it'll pick up pretty much whatever. And then there's that. Like I said, it's a little more picky with the trigger. We'll go over here and demonstrate this one. This trailer here is available at AmericanEaglesModding.com. That's this one in the Wilson. These trailers will haul anything, so that's why it's over here. If you're wondering why do I have a hopper bottom sitting over here, well, it will take the wood chips. It'll pretty much take anything. So that's why it's over here. But we'll go ahead and get this thing unfolded. Like I said, this one here doesn't hold any, so you've got to have a trailer or you got to have something to dump it into. Um, that machine over there will hold up to 16,000, so it's self-contained. It'll contain itself. But this one here, it's got to have something to put it in, or it'll just. I don't even think it'll chip. It may not, or it may just waste it. But so we'll go ahead and get this thing going. This is a pretty good machine. It's pretty expensive though, if I remember right. But we'll go ahead and give this thing a whirl. This is a base game. Not modified it, or really, honestly, I haven't really even used it much. So, kind of my first time using it. So, we'll see how it all works out. It doesn't do too bad. I don't know. I might wind up making some sort of mod for this because I like the other one because it has a capacity. I don't want to have a trailer set up every time that I want to do wood chipping, or I mean, I guess if you're doing a large scale and you're going to be sitting here for a while, or whatever, I guess it's okay. But I like to be able to be mobile. That way I don't have to pack up everything. Um, as you can see, this would be kind of a little bit of a pain. But good machine just needs some capacity to it, some storage, I guess. There you have it. It's chipping away. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. Maybe these claws could be worked over too. So I don't know. So maybe in the future here, we'll have a mod of some sort. Yeah, it definitely needs claw work. They seem like they're a little flimsy. But and then again, it's the same deal. If you're not a fan of the claws, then you just turn the automatic engine start off, let it run, and then you can just chuck in whatever you can chuck in. You can use a loader. I've done that before. I've used a loader and shoved like half trees in at a time. So there's options. You don't always have to use claws if you don't like it. I know some people don't like them, so there's other options if you don't. Let's drop that thing, let it eat it up. Okay, well that works too. Alright, well there's that one. And then we've demonstrated the other one over there. This one does a pretty good job, so maybe a mod in the future will be coming, I don't know. Put that right there, that way that'll be ready to go. Now this one here is modified a lot. We'll go ahead and get it unfolded. It's already pretty full as it is. It's got color options. You can change the wheel colors. You can change the main body color. And then, like I said, it holds a lot more. We'll go ahead and get it going. I've changed the trigger too, made it a little bit wider so it's not as touchy as that other one. Or you just get it close and it'll take off with it. So you just kind of throw her down there and away it goes. So these are 6-meter trees and it's just flat tearing them up. There we go. So like I said, this is just a modified version. That's all. It's basically like the one you've seen over there. It's just a little more capacity. And then different triggers. A different trigger, that way it picks them up. It's easier to load it too. So it's a lot more forgiving. The claw, I didn't do anything with it because for the most part, I think it's pretty decent. It might actually get improved a little bit more. That way, it grabs a little bit better. But really, it does a pretty good job. And then it's actually got the empty capacity is much faster because it holds so much more. But this is gives you a little bit more. Like I said, this demonstrates the wood chippers a little bit more. I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory, but I guess if you've never really used them, if you're new to the game, I guess I can see where they can be a little bit confusing, maybe a little intimidating, because you got all these cranes and everything you got to unfold, and uh, but they're not too bad. But you know, if you're all about, if you do a lot of the forestry and you don't like having a great big mess, well, you're gonna need one of these sooner or later. You're gonna need it because you're gonna make a mess in forestry. You're gonna have all these little pieces of stuff, and there's definitely gonna be messes. So sooner or later, you're gonna have a use for one of these. If it's later, or maybe you don't want to mess with them at all and you just want to grind them up. That's fine too. But this actually here is some money in your pocket. So, uh, and then I believe, which we will talk about in another video, but you can actually use the wood chips, uh, I think, in production. So that'll be another video. We'll talk about sawmills. We'll talk about sell points, sawmills, and production, and what should you do? What's more profitable? Should you sell it? Should you do production? Should you make wood planks? Should you make furniture? That's all stuff we'll dive into in another video. But I hope this helps somebody. I hope this gives you a little more insight into wood chipping. I've got a very basic wood chipping video, but this is a little bit more uh, in depth, I guess. Uh, so I don't know. I hope this helps someone. Um, hope it steers you in the right direction, or maybe I hope I answered a question that maybe you did or didn't have. Uh, but I hope it helps somebody out there. But thanks for watching.